Hello, 5 minutes. Okay, here we go. Yes, I'm Meredith MacBeth, and I work for Orkney Islands Council, and I'm here to tell you about how I've been keeping an eye on St Magnus Cathedral, which you can see here. So, for those of you who don't know, oh, slide, please. Thank you. For those of you who don't know, Orkney is an archipelago off the north coast of Scotland. It consists of about 70 islands, 20 of which are currently inhabited. Population is about 22,000. And evidence of existence and settlement dates from about 7,000 BC. And fast forward to about 875 when it was officially annexed by the Norwegian king or the Vikings. Slide, please. So a brief history of St Magnus Cathedral. St Magnus Cathedral was built in honour of Magnus, Earl of Orkney, who was killed by his co-earl and cousin Haakon in 1115. Magnus was sainted after his death, and his nephew Ronald came from Norway and made a vow if he succeeded in regaining the earldom for his family, he would build, and he did. So long story short, Ronald did reclaim the title and construction started in 1137 and works were mostly finished by the 16th century. Slide, please. Orkney was under Norwegian rule from about 875 to 1472, when Orkney and Shetland became official protectorates of the Scottish crown as payment for the dowry of Margaret of Denmark to James III. In 1486, James III gifted the cathedral to the people of Kirkwall, which has passed down through the ages to now be run by Orkney Islands Council, by whom I am employed. It's quite an unusual arrangement. It's not Church of Scotland in any denomination actually can come in and have a service, but it's run by the council. So slide, please. So my role at the cathedral is to look natural in photos, and I am within the OIC property department, which looks after public buildings, schools, council houses, public loos, so a lot we're lumped in with. So I am primarily based at the cathedral, but I advise on additional listed buildings and graveyards belonging to the council. I'm the first conservator in this position. Previously, the role had been created and filled from about the 1970s with more of a maintenance mason, who was based solely at the cathedral. So obviously my approach is different when considering the building. I'm about a year and a half in, and I've been trying to understand this big functioning object with its practical demands and understanding the historical ongoing issues with the building and all the decay mechanisms that are occurring, along with building up relationships with the visitor services staff, Kirk members, and local contractors who do work in the building, and also learning the political and social nuances of working in a building that belongs to the people. Slide, please. So lockdown. By the end of March, when lockdown was imminent, we tried to consider our place within the community and thought we should try and stay open, even if no one visits. The heart of Orkney would still be open. So we tried, and precautions were put in place. But after the speech on the 23rd of March, 2020, that was it, and we were closed. And there was no way that the cathedral could be abandoned, so I became the sole visitor of the building. And once or twice a week, I'd check the cathedral from ground level to tower, interior and exterior. And this might be overkill, but I'm visiting parts of the cathedral more during lockdown than our typical maintenance checks. But I feel just as the only eyes on the building that it needs to be done. These are some photos of me on my own in the building. So some beautiful scenes. And I know everyone has different experiences during lockdown, but I found doing these checks to be somewhat emotional and sometimes hard to do. And the frustration of seeing all the work that needed to be done that I could do, but couldn't go on because it wasn't essential. And just that loss of footfall of visitors, of events that were supposed to be happening day by day, that weren't in the cathedral. It's interesting. I guess having childcare duties at home also prevented me from just quietly getting on with things on my own in the cathedral. So, slide, please. So silver linings, I guess, all this CPD that's been online. I've done just over 20 something at this point, which doesn't seem like too much for over 3 months, but considering I was hoping to attend one conference and one workshop during this time, which is pretty costly to get down to Glasgow and Edinburgh. So hopefully this kind of thing is going to remain online, and the ICON accreditation, as I trudge along, has been really helpful and really good. So slide please, and last slide, almost last slide. I've been also doing future planning. I got to escape and go around to all the graveyards on the mainland, which felt like a freedom run, which just beautiful sunny days. Been working on the quinquennial report, reviewing that with our architect, and we've been working on some developments for the West Front there. So that's me over time. So next slide, please. And yes, reopening soon. Thank you for your attention. There's me on Twitter and my email. Thank you.